Welcome dear students to IUPAC nomenclature of the alkyl halides, which are the halogen derivatives of the alkanes. When you replace one hydrogen of the alkane with halo group or halogen atom, then you get the monohaloalkanes, which are also called as the alkyl halides. So this class has a common name of alkyl halides, while in IUPAC language, alkyl halides are called as the monohaloalkanes. While giving IUPAC names to the alkyl halides, we will follow different steps. The first one will be the selection of the parent chain. The parent chain is also called as the main chain of the organic compound or skeletal chain of the organic compound. It is basically the stem of the organic compound to which sometimes different branches are also attached, and those branches in the organic chemistry they are called as the substituents. You will select the parent chain that must have maximum number of carbon atoms in it, and all the carbons to which the functional group means halo group is attached, they must be the part of the parent chain. If there are more than one chains competing for the parent chain, you will select that chain which has maximum number of carbons, and all functional group carrying carbons should be the part of that chain. None of the carbon carrying the functional group should be outside that main chain or the parent chain. And if the two chains they have equal number of carbon atoms and they have also all the carbons that carry the functional group in them, then you will select the chain as the parent chain which has maximum number of substituents attached to it. So the longest continuous chain having maximum number of carbon, maximum number of substituents, and all the functional group carrying carbons in it, that will be called as the parent chain or main chain, and it will be very important because it will give the parent name to any alkyl halide. The second step is the numbering. Now you will number the carbon atoms in the chain so that the carbon atom bearing the functional group mean fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo, gets the lowest possible number. What does it mean? It means that you will begin the numbering from that end of the chain to which the functional group mean halo group will be nearer. And if you find any structure in which the halo group is at equal distance from both ends of the chain, then you will consider the substituent. You will begin the numbering from that end of the chain where the substituent is nearer. And if the substituents are also at equal distance from either side of the chain, then you can start numbering from any end of the chain. After giving numbers to the carbons in the parent chain, now you will name the organic compound alkyl halide, and while naming, first of all, you will consider the functional group. You will consider the functional group as a substituent, and when the functional group will be considered as the substituent, now you will name all the substituent. First of all, you will mention the location of the substituent on the parent chain by mentioning the number of the carbon to which the substituent is attached. And if same substituents are repeated, then you will use the prefixes di, tri. For example, if an alkyl halide has two methyl groups, then you will use dimethyl. It has three ethyl groups, you will use trimethyl, like that. And if there are different substituents present in an alkyl halide, then my dear students, you will follow the alphabetic order. That substituent will be named first, which will be alphabetically preferred. And at end, you will write on the parent name. This parent name will come from the parent chain. If it has two carbons, the parent chain will be ethane. Three carbons, that will be propane. If it has four carbons, that will be considered as the butane, and so on. So, selection of the parent chain is the first step. Let us first complete the first step in all these 9 examples. First of all, we will select the parent chain in all these examples. In the first one, which is a very simple one, obviously the straight chain has maximum number of carbon. It also includes the carbon carrying the functional group, which is the alpha carbon. So that will be the parent chain in the first example. In second example, again, the parent chain will be the straight chain, which is the longest continuous chain, including the alpha carbon in it. Now, in this case, third case, again, the straight chain will be considered as the parent chain. And in most of the organic compounds, you will observe while naming them that in most cases, the straight chain is the parent chain. Now, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So both are the possibilities. Both can be selected as the parent chain. So let us select this chain as the parent chain. Now, my dear students, in this case, again, the straight chain will be your parent chain. And in this example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both chains have 5 carbon atoms. So you can select any of them as the parent chain. Now, in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, there are 5 carbon atoms. So you can select this one as a parent chain. Similarly, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. My dear students, listen very carefully. There is a chain CH3, CH, CH3, this one. It is also having 3 carbon atoms in it, but we cannot select this as the parent chain. This chain cannot be our parent chain. Why? Because the alpha carbon will get outside the chain. And the condition is that all the halogen carrying carbons should be the part of the chain. So in that case, you can select either the straight chain or this one as the parent chain. This cannot be selected as parent chain. This cannot be the parent chain because it is not having the alpha carbon in it. So let us select this chain as the parent chain. Similarly, in this case, 1, 2, 3 or straight chain can be the parent chain. So this one is the parent chain of this compound. After selecting the parent chain in all these examples, now we will move to the second step, that is to give number to all the carbon atoms starting from that end of the chain where the halo group will be nearer. So first carbon carries the functional group. From other end of the chain, there is no functional group on the first carbon. So we will start numbering from this side of the chain, because the carbon carrying the functional group should get lowest possible number. If you will start numbering from this end, then this carbon will get number 3. That is not the lowest possible number. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, the halo is on third carbon from this side, and 1, 2, the halo is on the second carbon from this side of the chain. So you will start numbering from this end, where the carbon carrying the functional group will get the lowest possible number. Similarly, you will start numbering from this end of the chain in this example. In this case, there is a substituent methyl on the second carbon from this side of the chain, and functional group is on second carbon from this side of the chain. So when the functional group and substituents, they are at the equal distance, obviously the functional group will be preferred. So you will start numbering from this side. It will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Similarly, my dear students, this is the end from where you should start numbering to give lowest number to the alpha carbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In this case, you will start numbering from this end: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Similarly, in this case, the bromo is nearer to this end of the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The halogen is attached to the first carbon, so that should be no, 1, 2, and that is 3. And similarly, in this case, the functional group is in the middle of the chain, so you can start numbering from any side of the chain. So after giving numbers to the carbons in the parent chain, now let's start naming. And naming is that first of all, you will consider the halogen also as the substituent. So in this first example, the substituent is chloro, and that is attached to the first carbon. So it will be 1 chloro propane, because the parent chain has 3 carbon atoms, so that alkane having 3 carbon atoms is called as the propane. In the second case, that will be 2 chloro butane. Now, in this case, there are two halo groups on the same carbon, so its number will be repeated twice. 2, 2, and there are two chloro, so we will write down as dichloro, and there are four carbon atoms in the parent chain, so that will be butane. 2, 2 dichlorobutane. My dear students, in this naming, you can also find the punctuation because the IUPAC rule is that between two numbers, you will use comma. Between a number and any word, you will use hyphen, and between two words, you will use no punctuation mark. So you can see between two numbers, I have used a comma. Between a number and a word, I have used a hyphen, and between two words, I have used no punctuation mark. So the correct name carries the correct punctuation. If you have written everything correct but the punctuation is incorrect, then that organic compound or the name of that organic compound will be considered as wrong. Similarly, now in this case, there is bromo on second carbon and methyl on third carbon. So, bromo and methyl, these are the two substituents. Alphabetically, bromo should be named first. So, you will write down as 2 bromo, 3 methyl, and there are four carbon atoms in the parent chain. So, the parent name will be butane. Again, you will be very careful about the punctuation of this name. Now, in this case, we have chloro on second carbon, methyl on fourth carbon. So, alphabetically, chloro should be named first. It will be 2 chloro, 4 methyl, and the parent name is hexane. Similarly, there is chloro on second carbon, methyl on fourth. So, that will be 2 chloro, 4 methyl, and its parent name should be pentane as it carries 5 carbon atoms in the parent chain. Now there is bromo on second carbon and the third and fourth carbon they have methyl group, so bromo should be alphabetically named first. It will be 2 bromo, 3 4 dimethyl, and the parent chain has 5 carbon atoms, so that should be pentane. Similarly, 1 carries chloro, 2 carries methyl, so it should be 1 chloro, 2 methyl propane. It carries chloro and methyl on the same carbon, so chloro should be named first. 2 chloro, 2 methyl propane. So in this way, you can name any haloalkane in front of you. I have given these 9 examples. You can practice some more naming at your home, and if you will find any problem while naming any alkyl halide, you can ask in the comment section. I will definitely answer them. Till then, take care.